One
Oh,
Piece. Oh,
Thurman.
this
This chapter
chapter.
is fucking amazing. I don't care what anyone says.
I know. Oh, man. It was
Literally, as I said this to you in a message. This is my favorite chapter since the end of the Katakuri fight. Honestly.
so Red, like, can we officially say this chapter was the conclusion of the Horkic Island arc?
Oh yeah. Plus, especially considering the editor's note. They were saying this on the Reddit. The editor's note basically confirmed that we're starting Reverie next chapter.
So, all right. So, what are your comparing this final chapter to the other final chapters of past arcs? Where do
Uh,
you
I,
rate?
I'm trying to remember specific final chapters. I'm trying to remember. So Water Seven's final chapter, if I remember correctly, was or Eni's Lobby Water Seven was like when they were talking to Aokiji and like having that party, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that one? That one was good. Well, here's the thing: a lot of people are a little bit triggered because like certain things weren't wrapped up, but they have to remember that Big Mom is not done. Like this, she's gonna come back, and we're gonna get more closure on what's gonna happen with her later. Say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think your prediction is actually going to come true. I think Oda finally heard your cries.
What were the
I
cries?
that is there going to be a character death?
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, man, life or death. As in just death, because it's either you give me your lifespan, which is death, or I just kill you, which is more death.
It's
So
just
yeah.
it's I'm I don't know, man. It was just this chapter kind of like it's been a while since I've always watched the anime, but the feeling of a end of
Of an
arc,
arc closing, yeah, it's so interesting.
yeah, it feels way different in the manga than in the anime. I swear, it's just like
Well, this is a very different arc closure than any arc previous, so you got to keep that in mind as well. Like what I want to bring up is that what I like about the way this arc ended is this is one of the first arcs I've seen where the Straw Hats are leaving it where everything's not chill and happy. Like they're leaving a fucking ongoing war. You know what I mean?
they haven't beaten
Yeah, it's very
the
different.
dude, and they're just they're it's man, it's just hard. Oh
Do you have a
man,
point to make, or are you just gonna keep fucking stammering?
it's, hey, hey, when you're like happy, when you're like me, who's like doesn't know how to feel, like express, if you gotta stammer.
Wow.
Don't make fun of it. Don't make fun of me because I'm happy. How dare you?
Anyway, but like, I wanted to get your thoughts on the fact that this arc is kind of it's different in the sense that like this is kind of like a straw hat failure if you feel it out. Like, yeah, they got Sanji, but like they left the fucking trail of death in their wake.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, they kind of fucked up. Like, 'cause you usually Luffy. The thing is that I will agree with you that Luffy doesn't like understand the consequences of his actions. So I mean, this arc will
Mm-hmm.
kind of have to. If you'll kind of have to, I feel like Oda is gonna have to kind of show like Luffy, you gotta understand that your actions will have
Yeah,
consequences.
that's what I'm
And
hoping to see actually. Because do you remember in Zoe, had a moment with Zoro where he was talking to Luffy, and Zoro was trying to convince Luffy not to go. You remember that?
uh, my memory is kind of bad. You send the scan.
Well, I'm driving currently.
Oh,
But
okay. Well, I'll look at it
I'll just tell
afterwards.
you. I'll tell you. In Zoe, Zoro was basically saying like his exact words basically were like, "We're already dealing with one Yonko with one emperor. Why should we fucking get involved with another? Dealing with Kaido, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Ridiculously stupid to go into this territory." And he'd be like, just let Sanji deal with his own shit because yeah, he doesn't like Sanji. Points he's making still stood. Like he was like, let him. He left on his own accord. And he said he would deal with it on his own, so let him deal with it. Like that was kind of Zoro's mentality, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea that Zoro might actually be a little bit pissed at Luffy. You know what I mean? I think that'd be kind of
Yeah.
cool. Because I mean, like there's a lot of people that think that one day Zoro might actually like Zoro and Luffy might have like a serious fight against each other.
Like how serious are they talking? Are we talking about
Like,
like full
well, like
hockey, full
okay,
force,
I'm gonna say
actually like
after this video, I'm gonna send you a link to a video by Joy Boy, who is
mm-hmm.
a pretty famous One Piece theorist, where he goes kind of like lays it all out. But like, do you remember? So like, the first like one of the first chapters Zoro was introduced, and you know how Oda is with foreshadowing. Zoro was like, "I'll join you, but if you ever get in the way of my goals, I'll cut you down where I stand." And then you have Water 7, where he threatened to leave the crew if Luffy kept acting like a fucking idiot. He's like, "How can we look up to you if you don't act like a captain?" And then you had Punk Hazard, where Zoro was pissed at Luffy because he still was acting like an idiot, and he was like, "Take New World seriously. What did I fucking say?" And now you have this, where he charged recklessly into a Yonko's crew. Zoro told him time and time again, "This is stupid. This is stupid," and he did it anyway. So I like the idea of Zoro being like, because remember, he specifically told Luffy, "If you don't act like a captain, why should I follow your orders?"
That's why Zoro's the goat.
No, I love Zoro.
And you
I'm
think
saying though,
Sanji's
and
better? Shaking my head.
I personally believe that Zoro is about equal in strength of Luffy. Controversial, but I think that Zoro and Luffy are about equal in strength, which is why I think that it might cause like this awkward like power struggle, because like Luffy should be stronger than all of them, but I think Zoro is about as strong as Luffy, and there might even be the reveal, because you know how everyone's been like Zoro hasn't even tried post time skip,
Yeah, like everyone's that's
So,
like
Since Zoro hasn't tried post time skip, consider this, okay? What if fucking Zoro got more out of his training than Luffy did? What if Zoro is currently more powerful than Luffy, but he just doesn't want to say it? That'd be fucking amazing.
Funny. It's funny you say that because like literally 90% of the community are saying like Zoro hasn't been trying at all since.
He hasn't.
I mean, let's take a look at like all of the stuff that he's like, like Punk Hazard. He hasn't really tried. Would you
Punk
count
Hazard,
him?
he just casually cut fucking Monet in half and didn't even use hockey to make a point.
Would you count his fight against Pika trying? Like, what would you put?
Pika was like
there?
just an annoyance because he couldn't find him, and that was the first time post time skip he even used permanent hockey. He hasn't used Ashura at all. That was like his main thing. He and I can't remember a fucking fight post timescape where he had a concerned look on his face. I really can't. So I mean, I like the idea. I personally like the idea that like comes back, they kind of hear like, "Oh yeah, this guy died, that guy died," and how about they fucking read the newspaper, Jimbei died, and then Luffy fucking has a breakdown. Zoro fucking like maybe like holds him by his neck and's like, "You fucking caused this. I told you." You know what I mean? And then they have a fucking spat. I would love that. Because Wano's supposed to be like the arc. I'm assuming Wano's gonna be the arc of Zoro. What?
Yeah, everyone's saying it's the arc of Zoro.
To have a legitimate Zoro Luffy argument, that'd be fucking.
Just right off the bat, we have a Zoro versus Luffy fight. I would love that. That'd be great. I'm not even gonna deny that.
So yeah. Anyway, but moving on from that, let's talk about. Let's start with Pudding. I fucking loved that moment. I actually got a little teary. I gotta be honest. I thought it was fucking. Go ahead.
I had to reread it. Did it because she didn't kiss him. She just took his memories out. But
she did kiss him. She kissed him. Yeah, dude. Didn't you see Sanji's love heart eyes?
Oh, I didn't want to. I didn't want to.
Kissed him, but then took the memory so that he wouldn't have to like be in love with her, but like have the pain of not being able to be with her.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was looking dead hard at the memory bank. I was like, what memory is she taking? Because it confused me because she was like putting down what was her last request. So I was just like, wait a minute, I thought she took the memories of her. But
no. Her last request was to kiss him. And then she got rid of the memory of just that moment. So he remembers everything except kiss.
Oh, okay.
So to Sanji, it was like, "Sanji, I have her last request," and then she just ran. That's what it was like to Sanji.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Like, wait a minute, because sometimes they make it seem like it is, but it wasn't. And then I thought she did kiss him, but
no,
she
kissed. I've already listened to like 5 reviews. It's not just me. Everyone's consensus. She definitely kissed him, especially considering you see her go on her tippy toes, which is a classic kiss move when a girl kisses a taller guy. See the
You know what I
heart
thought
eyes.
she did?
Sanji's like heart eyesing, nose bleeding, fucking steam out the ears. You know, like he kissed him. Absolutely.
You know what I thought Oda was trying to do? I thought Oda was trying to make it seem like they kissed, but she was just going in for the memory.
Why? Why would he do that?
I don't know. Some most creators do that. I don't know why they blue ball like that, but they do.
No,
I've
they
I've
kissed.
seen
Like,
way
do
too
you have
many.
any doubt that they kissed? Because like
No, I don't have any doubts now. I don't have any doubts now that you explain it to me. I had doubts
well,
before
if you go
because
back and reread, it's fairly obvious. Like there's even there's like a again, like look at her feet. Like she does the lean forward. She wouldn't have to do that if she was just getting rid of his memory. Also, if she didn't kiss him, why would she only get rid of the memories of? Because the only memories she got rid of were just like the 5 seconds right there. So there's literally no
yeah.
reason for her to get rid of memories if she didn't kiss him. So she
Well,
definitely kissed him. There's like,
I'm happy. I'm happy she did because we called that, but
mm-hmm.
I guess
It's bittersweet, right? Because Sanji
yeah.
finally Sanji got a W. Sanji finally got that W. Can't even remember it. Oh, Sanji, but dude.
I guess all the theories about how they fucked is gone,
Unless she erased
unless
that from our memory.
memories.
And there wasn't all those theories. It was just us. King of Lightning made a joke about it. That she like pulled him down and like fucked, but no. Okay, let's talk about holy fucking shit, Katakuri and Brulee.
Oh,
Bro, okay.
this is why. This is why.
I need to start out with a comment. My turn. Okay, I gotta say something. All right.
Go
Oda,
ahead.
time and time again, does this thing where he must hate a character, right? Brulee was the goddamn punching bag, not only of the story, but of the fandom. Everyone hated Brulee. This one chapter, these like 3 pages, made Brulee such a more interesting character. Like she has a side to her where like when she's not dealing with her enemies, she has a side to her that she honestly loves her family. And I love that this is so subtly foreshadowed too, with not only her scar on her face, that's been there since her character introduction. We had moments where she was really self-conscious about her scar. She was talking to Nami about like, oh, how about I scar up your face? See how it, see how it feels. You also have moments where when Flampe, remember the bitchy little sister Flampe?
Mm-hmm.
She said this thing where like 40 out of her 41 older brothers voted for her to be the best little sister, and the only one that didn't vote for her was Katakuri. Now we know Katakuri voted for Brulee.
Honestly, it made me like her as a character.
I know
Like
Brulee looked so, like.
thing,
Go ahead.
like,
Go ahead. Finish.
she's like, look at that panel of her having her face bloodied and smiling. That is a protect status face.
Protect, right? Brulee's like everyone hated her. She was just like a bitch, like, ugly. Like everyone was like, "Oh, what an ugly bitch!" Like this is just literally Oda is doing like a fucking social experiment. Like you can people hate motherfuckers just based off of their appearance and shit, and then like boom, once you get to know them, all different. You know what I mean? Even I fell into this. Like you and I made fun of fucking Brulee. Like, fucking Brulee.
I hated her because she was so annoying. But now I'm just like, you know what? You're not so bad. You're not so
especially
bad.
Especially considering. So let's talk about the reason that Katakuri covered up his face. I thought this was fucking brilliant because it makes sense, right? Because if you're that strong, it's like why would you be so self-conscious? This really makes it make a lot of sense because it's like, because he even said in the flashback, like, they were like, oh, if you just cover up your face, you make a lot more friends. He's like, I don't give a shit. I'll fucking beat the fuck out of anyone who makes fun of me. But what he didn't consider was the fact that people, if they can't beat you up, they'll beat up your loved ones. So the fact that he covers up his face to protect the people near him from like bullying and ridicule and harassment is like, wow. Had to like come up with this like facade, like this whole like idea of him being this perfect man, perfect fighter. That was all not to protect himself, but to protect loved
ones. So, and what gets me is just the fact that how I like how the flashback was done. Actually, it was just kind of not didn't really hit home for me, but it made sense.
Oh, I loved it.
It's just, my thing is it was because if as a kid Katakuri didn't really care much that people saw his face, so it must mean years and years gone by. Not many people saw his face like
Oh yeah, it looked like the
that.
only people that knew were like his older, like Perospero,
Yeah,
Oven, Daifuku. Because I'm assuming you noticed that the people in that flashback there were Perospero, Oven, and Daifuku.
yeah. So it just seems like he's been
Them three, the older ones, and then probably just siblings that were older than him.
yeah, probably like
or at least that were alive around that time where he was a kid.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
So we technically know that like everyone who's like older or like or in the same age group as Katakuri knew about his face, but everyone younger did not. So that makes sense.
And it just made them. It made the whole Big Mom Pirates so much more human and relatable. Like they just
Honestly, to me, they're already human. Like,
they already were, but like even more so now. I would say.
I was already convinced of that when like everyone was
Again, you're missing my point. I'm saying they already were. Now it's better.
now it's better.
You know what I'm
Alrighty
saying?
then.
Like, well, because remember, we made this point back during one of our discussions where we were talking about the fight, right? You made the point about liking Katakuri because he cared for his family. Remember that? I remember that.
Yeah.
Even stronger here,
Yeah.
right? Like what I love about the Big Mom Pirates, at least the prominent ones we've seen, all of them at least somewhat care about their family members, and when they're with their brothers and sisters, they actually, they act nice. You know what I mean? Like even you can even see that because now with this flashback, it makes everyone like freaking out about Katakuri getting defeated a lot more heartfelt. Like when Oven freaked out about it, when Perospero freaked out about it, less, oh my gosh, he was so strong, how did he get beat? More, it's like, oh no, like our brother, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And by the way, basically,
One big
to
happy
me,
family.
if it wasn't already fucking confirmed, you and I agreed that Katakuri let.
Yeah. Fine.
Okay,
Oh my
this
god.
basically confirms it because she literally said, "Oh, why did you fall on your?" He was about to fall on his face, and then he purposely fall on his back. So he had enough control to choose where he fell. This motherfucker let him leave. I don't care what anyone says.
Yes. I was like, I'm going to. Oh, I was tempted to just screenshot this and just post it on every Death Battle group and be like, so what were you, Luffy Dick Rider, saying?
Yeah,
Luffy beat
thank
who?
you,
Luffy beat who? Yeah, that's what I fucking
motherfucker.
thought.
Because remember how he originally fell on his face and then he got up to have that talk where he's like, "Oh, you're gonna come back, right?" That there proved that he got up. The whole reason he got up there was to fall on his back as like a metaphorical, like, I believe in Luffy. I believe, you know what I mean? Like, so he could have kept fighting, obviously. Yeah, it's fucking bro.
Katakuri won. So David, what are your thoughts on that? Since you're like you're a fighter.
I don't think David's caught up. What are we bringing him in for?
Oh, because we brought into him last time to just to confirm that in a fight, if you
the MMA shit.
yeah
Well, yeah, it's already like he purposefully knew which direction to fall and shit. David, it's good. You don't got to come in, David, if you don't got anything to say.
I've said all I need to say about the Katakuri fight.
Don't forget to read so there's no echoey.
keep talking.
But yeah, so let's talk about again death flags continuing here for Jinbei. And now, see, I'm almost wondering if Oda's gonna go fucking crazy and kill Jinbei the Fishman and Germa.
It's gonna kill everyone. Just kill
I'd
everyone.
be down. Like,
so I mean,
fucking...
I feel.
Good.
So I feel like what Big Mom might do is at least leave one person alive. Just to set an example. I feel like she's gonna do at least.
Tell the story.
Like this is what happens when you mess with Big Mom Pirates. I feel like if anything, she'll at least let Jinbei live because Jinbei's like a decent plot point, but she'll kill everyone else. And I think we'll have to see like Sanji's reaction to seeing his family killed, although he didn't really like his family that much. Family's family.
Well, because he wanted to save his family, so to have them. Well, no, he still wanted to save them. And remember, Rager actually wanted them to die too, which was interesting.
So I mean, it'll be interesting to see how Oda does this. I don't see, as of right now, I don't really see anyone besides like maybe Jinbei surviving, and it's only because Big Mom let him survive.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it would be good for because again, like, if all of these people die, it really will be one of those moments where Luffy recklessly charges into a Yonko's territory, somehow assuming that he's not going to have any consequences, and then leaving a fucking trail of death behind him. And if he fucking reads that the Fishman died, Sanji's family died, Jinbei died, you know what I mean? Potentially, like if they find out about, I don't know if they could with her memory powers, but if somehow they find out Pudding is the trail, maybe they do some fucked up shit to Pudding. Either way, like if he finds out about all this, hopefully, like we can have some character development for Luffy here. Like, oh my god, I just charged in, because there's kind of some parallels with Katakuri, because Katakuri's thing was, remember, Katakuri was similar, where like he would just go in, beat the shit out of people he didn't like, and he was fine with that until he realized that it hurt people around him. Remember?
Yeah.
So like, what if Luffy has a similar situation here, where he's like, oh, it's fine, I can take care of myself, but fucking Pedro dies, Jinbei dies, the Fishmen die, all for him. Maybe he starts to realize, maybe I should, be a little careful and think shit through. Maybe I should just fucking let Robin be my strategist. Like, hey, before I do anything, Robin, is this a shit idea or is it good? When Robin first joined back in the early in the series, I legitimately thought that was what to do. Like, I thought Robin was going to be like the strategist of the fucking group. I was like, I think that she's clearly the smartest person.
I consider Robin like the mother of Luffy, like a mother figure to Luffy.
Yeah.
So it'll be. I'm trying to imagine just what it'll be like, because I feel like I'm trying to, because I guess it's more of a question for you, Red. What do you feel like would be more impactful, if all of them died, or Big Mom left one of them to die and then sent out one person after Luffy to tell them like how they all died?
I think that, because just deaths alone aren't like really like impactful. You got to do them in a certain way, right? So like, I think that what might be interesting, because I'm assuming what she's gonna do is use their souls to create homies, right? So I think it'd be interesting if like they're dead, but they're also like kind of like forever eternally tormented as one of Big Mom's homies.
To see,
like what if in the future? What if in the future, like they have to fight Big Mom again, and they're fighting like some homies that eerily remind them of the Fishman, or eerily remind them of Jeremiah?
Oh my god,
how dark would that be?
That is dark.
Because remember, that happened with Pedro. Remember when they were running away in the seducing woods, and Pedro was like, "Do I fucking know you?"
Oh my god. It's what gets me is that, like, okay, so let's say like my prediction is correct, right? Big Mom kills everyone except Jinbei, and Jinbei goes and meets Luffy and tells him what happened, right? Do you think Jinbei would be pissed? Like, do you think
Luffy?
like, oh shit? Yeah.
No, because I think that Jinbei kind of knew what he was getting into. Like when like he kind of knew, right? Like, I think that Jinbei wouldn't be pissed, not because Luffy didn't do anything wrong, but because Jinbei knows, just like Pedro knows, that any sacrifice for Luffy's crew is worth it, because they believe and know that Luffy will be the one to change the world, right? So it'd be kind of like, I'm trying to think of a good example. It'd be like a situation where, like, let's say there's this like, there's this fucking person that, okay, you ever watch the Terminator films?
Yes, a very long time ago though.
Okay, so you remember how in the Terminator, John Connor, like they know John Connor is basically the only hope for human resistance in the future?
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, we gotta save John Connor. Think of that with Luffy, right? So like with the Straw Hats, everyone can tell, like everyone smart can tell that the Straw Hats are gonna be the major thing that like changes the world, gets rid of the corrupt government, gets rid of the corrupt celestial dragons. Like, they can tell that Straw Hats are gonna bring the world together and basically make peace for all, right? So because they know that, even though Luffy obviously is being selfish, they don't care, because they know that if he succeeds, he's going to change the world. So even though Luffy is definitely being selfish, Jinbei, Pedro, a lot of them don't care, because they're like, we're willing to die for you because of the fact that you're going to change the world.
Yeah,
that still means that doesn't mean he should just not care. He should care, and Luffy should start being more careful. But basically, Luffy's got a bunch of fucking groupies essentially that'll do whatever he wants. You know, that's how I see it. Now, you have any thoughts on that, or do you want to move on to the end of the chapter?
Just one thing, because what gets me is it's just the one thing that I'm conflicted about is just the fact that it's the fact that they know that they're gonna they know that they're doing it for Luffy is the thing. That's why I'm kind of feeling like it won't be as impactful. It's because of the fact that
What
it's
won't
not
be as impactful?
like like the character development that you're claiming. Because what you're saying, I would like that. I think that'd be really good. But it's just
it's obvious. Like that's. Do you remember Pedro's entire fucking like he didn't mind killing himself because he knew
but I'm saying, but that's the thing though. That's like I feel like just bear with me here. This is just my opinion, but I feel like I could be wrong, but whatever. But it's just like my opinion is just like since like since you know that they're dying for Luffy, maybe it wouldn't feel like as impactful because you know they don't feel like bad about dying. They don't.
No. See, I think it is as impactful. Here's my thoughts. Right, my thoughts back on that are you could have a moment where it's like because Luffy, he's never think back to Remember in Fishman Island where people were like, "Oh, Luffy, you're the fucking hero of Fishman Island," and Luffy's like, "No, I've never wanted to be a hero. I'm a pirate. I'm not a hero." Luffy doesn't get it. Luffy's just living his life, but like through what he does, he's gonna make the world a better place. So like, I would love a moment where like let's say your thing comes back and they have that like, "Oh, they died for you," and I love a moment where Luffy's like, why? Like, I never asked them to. I didn't want them to. I'm just living my life. Like what? You know what I mean? I think that'd be very impactful if he realized that all of a sudden there are people out in the world that believe in him and are counting on him to change the world. Can you imagine the pressure that would put on Luffy? Luffy kind of having like an "oh shit, this just got real" moment because like there are actual people out there that believe in him. And now it's gone from, "Oh, I'm just living my life being a pirate" to "you are responsible for many lives." That I feel like that could. You see, it's all about how you write it. You don't not everything has to be dreary and sad. In the stereotypical way you think. It's if an author's good enough, they can write any situation like that. I think that it's sad.
Yeah, it was just my only thing was because like I feel like some people would probably be like it would be more impactful if like they didn't want to die for Luffy and then like Jinbei complained because like everyone died for you. Like I don't know. It's sounding better in my head than what I want to say. But
are you not getting what I'm saying though? Like it doesn't have to be that because
I'm getting what you're saying.
To me, it's sadder because it's sadder when. Okay, remember one. Okay, let's think back to Alabasta. Do you remember in Alabasta when was willing to kill herself for her country, and Luffy got on top of her and started like slapping her and being like, "You do not have the right to take your own life. Never. Dying is never the answer." Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Luffy feels very strongly about that kind of shit. So it would be just as sad, if not sadder, if Jinbei comes back, tries to make him feel better by saying, "Oh, that's okay. They wanted to die for you." And then Luffy is like, "No, I can't accept that." And like that tears Luffy apart emotionally. Like that's just as good, in my opinion. And plus, it's a bit deeper. It's a bit more deeply written than the stereotypical. "Oh, they're so angry at you for dying." I don't know.
It's kind of better in my head.
Like either way, it's gonna be sad.
It's kind of better in my head what I wanted to explain, but I don't know. But yeah, I get what you're saying though. But it was only if I had better speaking comprehension.
The end with Sanji and Zeph.
Yeah, I love that. Honestly, I thought, my first thought when I came to this, I literally thought it was going to see like an assassin trying to kill him or something. I thought like this was gonna be like the first consequence we were going to see. Hello? What happened? uh, I think his phone might have died. I think.
Red, you alive?
I think his phone might have died.
Oh
He did say
boy.
it was on 10%. Oh well.
Listen,
So
this
are
is
you
an
gonna
awkward
edit
way
this
to
part
end
out?
it.
Are you gonna edit this part out, David?
Yeah, I'm gonna split the film.
All right. All right. Well, while Red dropped out, it's Thurman corner time. Woohoo! Yes, Solo. So basically, at the end of this chapter, we see Sanji doing what he's doing best, being the cook, while basically, essentially mimicking his father in spirit and feeding pirates. I'll feed anyone who wishes to eat. The talking comes later. Boom. I think that was the perfect page to end off a beautiful arc featuring Sanji, the boy, the cook, the man with the dope ass legs. And thank you all for tuning in to the One Piece discussion. I'll let Red know that I ended it off strong and with a very cringy way. Until next time, peace.
Okay, my phone died as I was walking into my house. Fuck my life. Okay,
And
and apparently Thurman tried to end it. Fuck him. There's more.
I did it. I did end it, but Red came back. He was like, "Fuck no, we can't
And
have
I finished it.
we can't have a cringe lord finish off a One
I
Piece
didn't say that.
discussion."
Those are your own words.
Nope, he thought about it in his head.
But no, so let's just finishing. So thoughts on the end with Sanji and Zeph like in tandem. That was fucking cool.
Yes, I talked about that.
Because basically
Great.
what that shows is like, and it even says it in the text too, like this is his real father. It doesn't matter what blood says, that's his fucking father, not Judge.
This is what it means to be a father and son.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
So that was
Father.
cool. And it kind of brings up, because a lot of people were like, I remember a lot of people were it's Sanji making a cake for Big Mom. It goes back to like the roots of his character, the roots of his flashback, the roots of his arc in the beginning. He doesn't care who it is. He doesn't care if it's his enemy. He doesn't care if this guy is going to try to kill, this person's going to try to kill him. He's still going to feed him because anyone who's hungry deserves to be fed in his mind.
Yeah.
So
and
that was a cool way to wrap that back up. Go ahead, Thurman.
yeah, man, I was just saying, like I said in the wrap up, it's just a great way to I feel like it's a great way to end off Sanji's arc.
Mm-hmm.
This panel. This is really good.
And I love too, because like, you know, never forget Sanji's importance to the crew here, because remember this arc began with Luffy fucking poisoning himself because they were so shitty at cooking without Sanji. You remember that with the fish?
Yeah.
So here's where it gets interesting, right? Our normal predictions segment. We know that from the editor comment that we were heading into Reverie next chapter, and I am fucking excited for this. Thurman,
So
thoughts?
am I. So am I. I've been waiting for this. I love political shit in One Piece. Oh my god. No matter how much you try to bash me for liking flashy colors and fights and kamehamehas and all the other shit,
Yeah.
and I still like political and word battles because they're amazing.
I'm glad. No, he's fucking. So keep in mind all the characters that we're gonna see in this. Oh my gosh! Like, so we have the Dressrosa people coming back. The King of Dressrosa. We got Rebecca, and I believe it's Violet. Violet is that what her name? The one that Sanji had a thing with in Dressrosa. Yes, no. I don't remember her name. She had the fucking teardrop power with like seeing through shit.
Oh, Violet?
Yeah, I thought it was Violet. I just want to make sure. And then we have, but no one cares about Dressrosa people. Let's be honest.
Was Dressrosa really not liked? Was Dressrosa really not liked?
It was. Dressrosa was contentious because it was like some parts were liked, but the pacing was kind of ugh. And like honestly, I really didn't like Rebecca. I thought she was a very boring character, one of the most boring characters Oda's ever made. I liked her flashback. I thought that was sad. I mean, what did you think about Rebecca?
I think I liked the way she handled the how like she had her own style of fighting where she didn't want to kill anyone. I kind of like that. Rebecca just seemed like another Vivi to me, to be honest.
But Vivi was.
Except, yeah, obviously
Yeah.
Vivi was better. Obviously
Vivi
was better.
yeah,
But
don't even
she was
compare. In fact, I
she
hope
was like a
Rebecca
poor
and
man's
Vivi meet,
Vivi.
and then Vivi just like fucking puts her in her place.
I feel like Rebecca's like a poor man's
I'm
Vivi.
you, but better, bitch. I got blue hair. You got shitty pink hair. What are you, a fucking corner hooker?
Green hair stomps. Just saying.
I don't know. I have no idea if corner hookers have pink hair. That's just a. I'm looking right at this picture that David sent. Called Teen Hookers, but where it's Teen Titans, the live action movie, how they're dressed. David, you want to edit that up? Just so they know I'm not bullshitting here, like what I'm looking at.
What are you looking at?
The teen, it's right in the Cartoon Kid 9 Azazel fucking group chat here that we have, where like it's the Teen Titans live action cast.
Teen hookers.
Yeah, so that's why I made that joke. It was just on
For
my mind.
context, see our last podcast.
Yeah, did you live edit it up? David, don't be fucking about it. Okay, I made a joke that if understood, I might come off as an asshole.
Don't worry, YouTube will always protect you.
Yeah.
Protect content creators.
No, that's the funniest joke I've ever heard in my life. Oh, beautiful.
And now the joke is great.
Anyway,
best joke I've done in a while.
Vivi better than Rebecca all day, every day. But yeah. So also we're gonna see Vivi. Don't forget Cobra. Cobra, Vivi's father, the king of Alabasta, specifically said that he wanted to ask the world government about the poneglyphs at Nico Robin. So this can only go well. Oh, he dead. This motherfucker gonna die. May I remind you what happened to the last person that asked about the poneglyphs? His name was Professor Clover. He got fucking straight up shot in the face. You remember that in Robin's flashback?
Yeah. Oh God, Robin's flashback killed me on the inside.
You realize Cobra, like I'd put money on Cobra dying personally. I mean, what's your thoughts on this? Because this is our predictions for Reverie. So what's your thoughts on Cobra die? Yes, no.
Yes.
Oof, it's gonna be sad. But that means you realize when Cobra dies, Vivi's the queen of Alabasta.
When Cobra dies, Vivi's going to join the Straw Hats and get revenge.
I mean, that'd be cool. I don't know if that'll actually happen, but I could see it. More things I'm hoping to hear from. I want to know more about what Aokiji's doing, because remember, Aokiji, they're saying that he joined the Blackbeard Pirates, which is just really weird to me. So that's why a lot of people are thinking he's a double agent. You know. Thoughts?
I don't know. I'm on the fence about that one.
Well, Aokiji, remember, they said he was literally, they said he was in leagues with the Blackbeard Pirates during Punk Hazard. Like, that was all they said about him. We don't know. Because he strikes me as more of a Revolutionary Army type of guy.
Yeah.
But, so which is why it's weird. Which is why I'm thinking that he might be part of the Revolutionary Army, but being in the Blackbeard Pirates as like a spy for the Revolutionary Army. I don't know.
I'm waiting to see how the Revolutionary Army is doing after that Blackbeard versus.
Yeah, it was implied that they just bailed from the island before the attack even happened. So let's see. Yeah, I definitely want more Revolutionary Army stuff because they fascinate me. I think these couple chapters of Reverie are going to be like so good for the main plot of One Piece. Like, we should see what's going on with Dragon, Revolutionary Army. Maybe we'll see Sabo again. I want to hear more about the ancient weapons, of course. A lot of people are theorizing that because remember, Shirahoshi is going to be there too, the mermaid princess. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people are theorizing that the government's going to find out that Shirahoshi is Poseidon, the weapon that can control the Sea Kings. And if they find that out, you think to our government. When any other country has some kind of weapon, they're like, nope, not allowed. So if the One Piece government's anything like that, they're going to be like, nope, we're commandeering Poseidon, which means that they would take fucking Shirahoshi.
There's going to be a lot of drama going on in this Reverie.
Not only that, like everyone there is basically like good friends with the Straw Hats. So I'm excited for it to come out like, oh yeah, the Straw Hats saved your island. They saved our island too. Really? My island too. And then for the Marines to be like, what the fuck? What's up? What's up? Okay, hold on a second. I'll be right back, guys.
Anyway, One Piece. Thank you for coming into Thurman's One Piece song section, where we sing all.
All right, sorry. Did you have to pause the recording, or are we still going? What happened? Okay, are we still recording? Oh, glorious. Okay, so, anyway, so,
Be thankful, viewers.
I'm just waiting for it to be like, oh, we like strides. They saved us, and for the government to be like, motherfuckers.
I'm waiting. Speaking of that, I feel like during the Reverie arc, we're gonna get the news. We're gonna get the news.
Big news.
If Jinbei and them are dead or not.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good time to reveal that.
Like, I feel like during this time we're gonna get like what happened around the world, what happened in Whole Cake Island, and see if Jinbei and stuff are dead or not.
I agree.
And I want to see everyone's reactions to that.
Oh yeah. Now, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else here. Like, I guess the next question too is: so, do you think that the Revolutionary Army are going to make like a move at all? Like, are they going to like attack? Because some people think they might do that. I think it might be a bit too early for that. What's your thoughts on that?
If Revolutionary Army does something, I don't think it'll be mostly an attack. I just think it'll be like an announcement, kind of like how Luffy did back when Ace was dying. He showed up, put the flowers, and then he had the 2-year mark on his arm. I think it's gonna be something similar to that.
Oh, well, a lot of people are making comparisons to fucking. Do you remember in Naruto when fucking Toby showed up and he was like, "I'm declaring war on you all."
Oh, I remember that. I saw that in a game.
Oh yeah, I hereby declare war on you all. The 4th Great Ninja War. Wow. So like, what if it's like a situation where it's like, Dragon's just like, hey, it's go time, bitches.
The war is happening.
That'd be pretty sexy. I don't know if he'd be ballsy enough to do that, because that would require. I'm trying to remember. Is the Reverie? Does it happen at Marine headquarters? I don't remember. I would have to look that up.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I'm trying to remember if it happens in Marijwa, which is the Holy Land, which is where that's like around where the Celestial Dragons live. So that'd be kind of cool to see the Marine Holy Land, to kind of see more of that, because that's where a lot of like shit goes. That's where the Gorosei live. Like, I wonder if we'll see the Gorosei too.
The Dragon Sages.
Well, I'm not sure. Is that what the English translation of that is?
I don't know. I was just assuming.
I have no idea. I just know that the Gorosei, the Gorosei are like those like 5 old men that you occasionally see.
Oh yeah, those guys. I wonder if they're strong.
They're always like making the decisions for the world and shit.
I wonder if they're strong.
Well, it's weird. They're either strong or they're just like descendants of like Celestial Dragon. I don't know. It's weird because like it could either be like that they're strong, or it could be a situation where like, yeah, I may be like a god, but I'm not actually strong. Like, remember how fucking what was his name in Yu Yu Hakusho? The one with the pacifier.
Yeah.
Like he was like kind of strong, but not really for being a god.
Yeah, I remember. I forgot what his name was though. It was like Bobby.
I don't remember either.
Yami? But Yami or Yuki or something like that.
Either way, I think we're good. You got anything else to say?
No, man. Great end of arc overall. I have to say, the whole Island arc is actually really good, and I really enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, and a lot of times One Piece arcs, you reread it, you binge it, and it's fucking like twice as good.
And this marks our first ever review where we actually reviewed an entire arc.
Well, I mean, you mean the first time we've been here for an end of arc, because we weren't doing videos from the beginning of Whole Cake.
Yeah, but you know, it still feels good when you review an entire, well, not an entire arc, but majority of an arc.
Oh yeah, I mean it's definitely the first time we've been here for an end of an arc, which is cool, and I'm hoping to be here. We'll definitely be here for the end of Reverie, barring any horrible life changes. We should be here for the end of Wano too.
Unless there's a humongous coup d'etat and someone just takes over our YouTube channel, then we have to fight for it again.
Did you unmute for that? Did you unmute for that, Dave, or did you just evilly laugh for only us?
Dave, you're the head of the channel, so one of our enemies just comes back and decides to just take over the channel.
I unmuted specifically to do that.
I won't name names. But I'm saying there's a possibility.
I blame Noble.
All right, good video, guys. And see you guys later. Peace.